vEmpire.
And they are the largest decentralized metaverse investment organization in the world.
Hello, everybody. What a lovely day it is. Let you kick off, and I'll do some button tapping in the background. You know what comes after Romeo and Qcoin? When Binance. Hello, everybody. Reporting to you live from Krakow in Poland here for Solana Hacker House with Jack and Harvey. So we had Liam doing the tech today. So luckily, and I hope you can all actually hear me. Otherwise, he's definitely in some trouble. So today we have got Alex, who is the CEO of Arhead. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It can't be Airhead. So let's get Alex out.
Hey, Dom.
Hello.
Happy to hear. Yeah, happy to hear. And thanks for this podcast.
No worries at all. How are you?
Yeah, everything is perfect. I'm in Dubai now, and it's too hot whole day at home.
Tell you what, it's pretty bad here. I was so surprised. I guess I've always imagined Poland in the winter, but I presume like the rest of Europe in the summer, as I'm rightly being shown, it's absolutely boiling. It's like going to be 33 degrees later. But where are you from originally, or you've been in Dubai for a while?
I'm living here 2 years. So before that, I was living in New York, and originally I'm from Russia, from Moscow.
Fair enough. Do you want to give a bit of background and sort of introduce how you got into crypto, the project as well?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I was an architect, and I was an architect and worked 8 years like an architect in my own company, and did different projects. And at one day, I think, okay, I can do much more and much better, and start my and start my first startup in US in New York, and we did their generation for office for floor plan for office spaces. But the pandemic time come to us and killed all office industry. And I had a dream. I mean, a lot of time I had to dream that I can change environment around me and how the environment look. And only the new technologies like augmented reality, virtual worlds can do it. And in parallel, I experiment with the crypto. From, I don't know, it was maybe 5-6 years ago with real estate with different projects. And I'm in this case, I was more like an enthusiast. And but when we started working with augmented reality, with all this stuff before Mark Zuckerberg said Meta, and all people start to be crazy, and we started early. And for sure, if we talk about the digital assets, you need to be involved into the crypto world.
I always use that line as well. Whenever I'm talking about vEmpire and VEMP, I always talk about how we started before Facebook rebranded. So we weren't just following the hype and getting in. I love to get that one in there just so people know it's not another Metaverse protocol, just another one that came up. But that's the problem with crypto. As soon as something becomes popular, hype chasers just come out everywhere, just new stuff. It's very frustrating.
But I think it's a hype. If you work in the one industry, it doesn't matter. It's a crypto or real estate, for example. And if you boil in this industry, anytime you're thinking that if company, for example, raise some money, all people know about that. And but after that, if you look on the percentage, how many people in the world using crypto, it's just a start. I mean, for sure it's a hype because people talking about that, but how many people know directly what is it? In case of Metaverse, it's totally the same. Anyone hear about that? But what is it? What means Metaverse?
There was a good time where literally say the word Metaverse and people would chuck money at you. I swear, as soon as Facebook rebranded, all of the protocols that had just never once in their life talked about metaverse. Said, "Oh yeah, I think we're gonna, have a metaverse aspect as well." And suddenly people chuck money straight at them. But plenty of examples of that. But I'll leave them off this for now. So you mentioned your background in architecture. We actually used real world architects for some of our builds when we could, just due to the fact that it's. I think from what I know, and I'm not an architect, but the architect that we worked with mentioned that with their builds in the metaverse, they're very used to building a virtual replica of the building to present to like clients before actually building the proper one. So to them, it was something not very new, but you'll know more than that from me. Sort of how did that come about, sort of creating it and the crossover, I guess?
Yeah, it's totally fun story because we have a few partners, and these partners, it's from the top 5 architectural company from all over the world. And when we start talking with them, they start, okay, guys, metaverse I did 30 years ago. My first metaverse was 30 years ago. I present my space in museum with something like that. And that's true, because architect is like visionaries, and they're thinking about the future, how it will be. And but the representation of the building in the virtual world, I mean in 3D, it's not the same like a metaverse. We need to we need to, I think, to clarify what means metaverse. I think on all people now try to understand what means metaverse. It's a game, it's 3D. What is it? And from my perspective, and I think when people talk about that it's a new internet. That's great. It's like a collaboration between Web1, we using a website each day, and on the website you can see the 3 main points on all the websites. It's storytelling, like a history of the company or vision of the company, something like that. Product or solution, and the third, it's a link to the Facebook, mail, or something like that, where people can communicate with the brands or with the people inside. And the metaverse, I mean, digital spaces, it's a 3D representation of the website in the short word, plus all our social media inside. When we can collaborate, we can buy something, we can and the quick answer is a digital representation of the world. I mean, totally the same mechanics when we do in our life, we can do in metaverse as well. And I can explain you the few super fun story a little bit later about from our clients, how they use, and it was a surprise for us that okay, this is a real metaverse.
Fair enough. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to know all the different ways that some people would use the metaverse. I'm sure there's a lot in that area. That's one thing that's never talked about, which there's going to be a lot of wild stuff in, is sort of the unmentioned adult metaverse and what is going to come up in that area, because that's certainly going to be strange because people are very weird.
Yeah, but we have a case with a dating company, and it's a new type of dating when you meet not with a physical face photo. You create your own avatar. You add some information about yourself. Application give you your age. And it will be not your original age. It will be the different age avatar, and people chatting, and now we implement the metaverse, because after chatting, what are you doing? You are going to the meeting. I mean, in the real world, to the physical meeting, and now you can go to the metaverse and do something together, because the most important that we want to know each other better, and the best way to do something together. And this is the same. I mean, quest, game, or something like that. What we can do with our avatars inside the metaverse. I mean, but what you said, yeah, it's fun, and I really want to see what these guys can do with that, with this technology.
Well, I want to see, but I'm also pretty sure that I don't want to see, because there's going to be some wild stuff, no doubt. One big question that everyone always talks about, and it seems to be at present higher end. Whenever you hear about brands in the metaverse, it always seems to be like Gucci, Chanel, like it's all the higher end ones. And I wonder whether it's because at present the metaverse is quite limited. And these higher end brands, for example, I remember when Chanel released a like £80 paperclip. And the reason why they released it is because they knew it would sell because it says Chanel. So I wonder sometimes whether the reason there's so many high-end brands in the metaverse is that at present, even though tons of innovation is being built in the area, there isn't that much utility. And like the Chanel paperclip, people will buy it because it's Chanel, not because they will ever use it. So I'm wondering sort of what your thoughts are on brands in the metaverse and getting, your normal everyday brands in rather than just the higher end stuff.
Yeah, I think we're working with the brands and with the luxury brands as well a lot, and all of them, they really want to go to the metaverse for e-commerce, but they're scared because it's not the right time for that. People, most of the people not ready to buy something through the metaverse. I mean, buying the physical stuff, bag, shoes, something like that, through the metaverse directly. But now it's possible, but people not ready. And to be today for them, the most important thing is give the dream for their potential clients after 5 years, because these guys, I mean, the big brands, they think in horizon of the 5-6 years, and they give the dream for the young guys, for the young people. Guys, we are Gucci. You can buy something, and I don't know, watches for your avatar, for example, or shoes, or Nike shoes, something like that. And after 5 years, for example, we're working with. This is not my words. This is words of CEO of one of luxury watches brands in Switzerland, and he said me, man, we really want to sell the physical watches, but we understood what's happening in the virtual world, and we are ready for the metaverse, for the NFT, to sell the dream. And we're waiting around 5 years when these guys will be ready to buy physical watches. This is a first point, and for that, the brands ready to start with some gamify selling or something like that. And so we have the case, for example, with a brand, and he don't want to sell their products, but he want to be there inside the metaverse. And we preparing the metaverse. When you go inside the metaverse, you will see some items, you will buy it and donate percentage of income to the nature. And I think this is a good way. This is a really good way to engage new audience with stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm wondering if there is appetite for the future, especially where, for example, you could say you got Rolex. At present, if you buy I don't know if it exists, but let's say you buy a Rolex NFT and you get the physical watch, and let's say you pay a normal Rolex price of like, I don't know, like 15,000. Whether you could get in the future Rolex selling, okay, well, this is the NFT that gets you a physical Rolex as well as your digital one. But if you do just want the digital one, you can pay X amount, and you can have the digital Rolex for your avatar, but we won't send you a physical one, and just reflect that in the price. But then I guess it would be like a different rarity, because there'd be tons of virtual Rolexes around, and then some people would have a physical Rolex, but you wouldn't see it. But you could reflect the fact that the physical and virtual NFTs are different sort of on the wrist of the avatar. So if you bought the physical one, I don't know, it shines a bit brighter or something like that. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely possibilities. But again, that's why at the moment it is higher end, because they know that people are buying pure brand names at the moment. It's not like a random store can, like a family-owned business can sell NFTs. It has to be like well-known brands. And I always think, especially at the moment, a lot of people are buying them because they know that it's like the first ever NFT collection from that brand. And if they do more, it will never be as valuable as the first, etc. So there's a lot of unanswered questions of what's to come after that, because the Pepsi did their NFTs, didn't they? But if they wanted to do a new collection, would it sell very well? They surely wouldn't be able to sell it for the same amount as the original, because the original is worth whatever. So, yeah, a lot of interesting questions that it brings up.
I think today the brands, this word brands start to be more important than product in case of digital world, because they just need to put their brands and credibility on that. But if we let's see on the market, LVMH, these guys is crazy. They have the total different DNA than other group of companies of the luxury brands, and I love these guys. Yeah, they're really really crazy. They don't care about. They have no fear to experiment with this stuff, and I think the good example it's CryptoPunks and the last news about that Tiffany created the physical items of the CryptoPunks, and the sales of the CryptoPunks grow up to 150% at one day. Anytime. In this case about the digital, when we talking about not only about the digital or only about the physical, but the digital, and it's mean the digital world come to our to the physical world, and physical world go to the digital as well. And this is like a mix of all this stuff. And the truth, something like that, something between this, between digital and physical world.
I think that's amongst others, one of the issues right now in the metaverse. And one word that I particularly dislike actually is the term open metaverse. The reason I dislike it isn't because of the term itself or the concept being bad. It's that I'm very used to people putting in their title on like LinkedIn or on any other social media, like accelerating the open metaverse or working towards the open metaverse. I've never messaged a founder with that in their bio and ever got a response in my life. like it's literally like I could message any founder, and if they say that they want an open metaverse, there is a 99% likelihood they will ignore me. For some reason, I feel like it's just for clout. But do you actually think that there is ever, because I guess with cryptos especially, you've got a lack of chain interoperability. Yeah. There's a reason why bridges keep getting hacked, and it's because they just don't work. with most things.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
how are we going to have an open metaverse without one chain to rule them all?
Yeah, this is a biggest question for all company who creating the metaverses or something like that. But let's try to see on this question from other angle. The problem is the problem now that you have now, I don't know, hundreds of the different metaverses. I mean, different companies who call it metaverses. And if we talk about that, the metaverse, it's a digital representation of the physical world. In physical world, I could buy the land, build my house in Dubai. At the same moment, I can do it in New York, for example. And when I want to move from Dubai to New York, I just take my body, my clothing, and the bag with some items, and my laptop, for example. And I can do sometimes I need visa, like bridge, but now it's a big problem. I don't know. I'm playing in the game in Roblox, something like, and I have some items inside. And the problem is that I won't go to the party, to the Arhead, and take my avatar from Roblox with some stuff and show them, guys, look at this. And I couldn't do it. And it's not a problem of the technology, because as you know, the few weeks ago it was a Metaverse summit, huge Metaverse summit where I was a participant of this as well. Where the biggest guys agreed that we need one standard for the files, and these files, it will be GLTF, and that means that in case of technology, it's possible. But Facebook, ex-Facebook Meta, they can say we are Meta now, but it's not mean that day and age of the company changing, and they don't want they go to aggregate all information, all the data under their umbrella, and this is a problem for the real metaverse, because people want to travel in physical world and in digital as well. And so I hope that now we have millions of blockchains, and like in metaverses as well. And the goal for all of us find the solution how we can transfer from item minted on Ethereum. I mean, on VEMP chains, it's not the big problem. And let's see what's happening with that. But my vision today, it's just the beginning of all these metaverses. I mean, of this world, and I'm sure I want to trust in this, that people like me and company like Arhead, who are talking about the open metaverse in the future, will agree and find the solution with the blockchains. But at this moment, we need to talk about the real world as well, because it's not something like we create and that's it. It's a transfer from the web to web 3, and we need to be careful with these words with the main of people, main of brands, because they hear about it, but they don't want what they can do inside.
Yeah, I've often said that when we had the Metaverse run, that was sort of one thing, and suddenly everyone wanted to jump into the Metaverse, and Decentraland was like full of people for the first time, and probably the only time since. But when you've got like a recession, which is, well, apparently they changed the definition now, so it's not going on at the moment, not yet anyway, apparently according to the new definition. But there is a time where people do want to, well, actually, then again, there's two arguments. One is that people, when there's like a recession, they want to, they don't want to be speculating in crypto or gaming or anything like that. Or there's the argument, if things get so bad in real life, they can escape to the virtual world. So I don't know how bad things need to get for that to happen, though.
In the worst scenario, I thinking a lot about that. That's now people talking about the war and the problem and the economy, and this is a super bad situation for the metaverse and for the technology that help people relax and to change their focus to the other way. It's a good time. It's a good time to help people help people relax and don't look only in TV and hear all these bad news and try to focus on his life. It's one hand. On the other hand, at these moments with this technology, it's super metaverses, all this stuff. It's democratization for creators and the creative economy that we hear, I think, 10, 15 years. People talking about that, and I think today it's really important to working with the creators because I mean not only the artists because I think people thinking that today creators it's only people who create the pictures and selling like an NFT on the OpenSea. No, I'm talking about the creators. It's an architect, it's a metaverse architect, it's a 3D artist who have no vision, but they can do something manually. And this is super important because today we create the rules for the future digital world, and on our shoulders it's a lot of what we need to do. And just imagine, I love this sentence that I can sit in India, for example, I don't know, small city, but with a small laptop, and I can create digital assets, art pieces, and show to the world, put like an augmented reality, for example, on the Times Square, and million of people can see it and enjoy it, and put it in the metaverse. And yeah, how many chances I had before 5 years ago without technology show my impression for millions of people. This is amazing time, and yeah.
Fair enough. That's the mention of AR and augmented reality. Someone, in fact, in the comments has said, "Is Arhead something to do with augmented reality?" So the short answer is yes, but I'll let you explain it in full.
Yeah. This is our from our day and age, because we started with augmented reality, and my partner, for example, you can just imagine, he working with augmented reality more than 11 years. 11 years, and this crazy. Yeah, I think when we talk about the metaverse, it's not only the digital space, avatar, and items inside. No, it's a lot of technology. It's a blockchain. It's augmented reality. It's a virtual world, and etc. We really trust in augmented reality. This is a super early days for augmented reality as well, and I love the direction of people when we show them. I mean, people using augmented reality each day. I mean, most of the people masking Instagram, but they doesn't know that this is augmented reality. And when you show the people some objects behind him, in front of him, you need to see their eyes. Wow, what is it? And this is a surprise for the people. And if we talk about the 3-5 years in the future, about the glasses, all of us waiting the Apple glasses, something like that. The metaverse will be looks like this. I waken up, go to the street, put my glasses, look at around me, find some art pieces like augmented reality, could take it, put it in my digital space. Buy it like an NFT, put it in my digital space, do the party, and show all the my avatar friends these items. All this technology, we couldn't separate this technology. We need to operate the both augmented reality, virtual worlds in one sentence. And we, for example, we create we call it ACI, Arhead content item, that you can mint. You can see an augmented reality on Android, on iOS, and in virtual world as well. This is item for virtual world as well. Because this is a metaverse, digital.
Fair enough. Definitely answered the question more than just yes. We have another one, which is, for me, is vEmpire going to create its own metaverse? It's something that we've spoken about as a very long-term ambition. It's not an area that our developers have too much experience in. It's certainly something that we've talked about and that we're thinking of doing, but way too early to give any sort of estimates or confirm yes or no. I guess what we're waiting for is to see. At present, there's not many metaverses that are open. Obviously, Decentraland is pretty much the only open world one. Sandbox is open, but you can't sort of go into and explore any parcels, estates bigger than a 2x2, really, maximum 3x3. So we don't really want to launch another concept metaverse. We would rather wait for the tech to catch up and do it properly rather than just be another proof of concept. So I guess that's where vEmpire is at. Anyway, I'm just checking that we don't have any other questions from the audience. Is there anything that we have missed, or anything that you want to mention? Any timeline, sort of roadmap for the future with you guys? What's coming up, and any plans on when token?
Today we are not a classic Web3 company because we come to the Web3 with a product. Our platform is working now, and day by day we're onboarding more and more creators and brands on our platform. And we are not classic metaverse. Decentraland. It's a lot of lands, and you need to buy something, and you will be on this land. We say no. You can create all what you want. Create with your own style, with your own avatar, with your own items, and using growing your own metaverse and using it under your white label. But at the same moment, you stay in one ecosystem. That means you can collaborate with between the white label and the creators, or white label and white label. It's super flexible, and when we give these tools to creators without any restriction for them, they start to create a lot of interesting things. In case of token, our previous plan was October, but now we're thinking on the we're looking on the situation in the markets, and I think we move at the end of this year, or maybe early the next year. And at the same moment, here, we are growing our community. In case of people, when we talk about the community, we talk not only about people who want to buy token and sell it at the same moment. No, we trust in real. I mean, real money. When I talk about the real money, it's nothing that only fiat. It's crypto as well. But I mean, when people want to buy something, to sell something, and to pay us, and I think today, just a last sentence. I was in France a few weeks ago on ATHCC, and that was a surprise for me because venture capital companies start talk about we have 2.5. We have 2.5. Yeah, we need to be between this, and it means that venture capital who was invest only in crypto start to invest in equity as well, and who was invest only in equity start to invest in token as well. I think this is a right way. This is the right way, and today it's a time to build the real products. I have to say that. And that's what we do.
But is that stereotyping Web3 as not having yet built? Maybe Web3 just needs to start doing what you guys do and have a product before trying to launch the token. I do think that is happening more, like it used to be the case. And vEmpire is, we can't necessarily talk because we launched our token, I think 31st of August, and then we launched a staking platform, I think 27th of September. So we were like fairly, looking back, I can say it was at the same time because it was within a month, but crypto, obviously, like a week is like a year. So people definitely weren't. Exactly. But yeah, I usually say at this point, any more questions from the audience? And then usually somebody pops in just as I'm about to say goodbye. So give it 5 more seconds. It's tell you what, I am very surprised that the market is holding up here at 1650 on Ethereum. Where's Bitcoin? I am super bearish right now. I think that the market is a joke at the moment, like that nobody is pricing in anything properly. But yeah, somehow we're still up. Yeah, I think we've got one more big shakeout to come yet. And I think a lot of that is going to depend on any retaliation for the Pelosi trip. But there we go. I think I've filled in enough of a gap to make sure that there weren't any last questions. So thanks very much. The website, is it arweave.io?
Correct.
Arhead, I should say.
Arweave.io.
Fair enough. Arweave, where did that come from? I must have been looking at something else or somebody's username.
It was a raw group Arhead in 18th, something like that.
Fair enough. All right, we'll put it in the comments section. But thanks so much for joining us. Really interesting. And thanks everybody for watching. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Dom. See you guys.
See you later.
See you.